On this week's episode of The Pulse, we'll share an inspiring story of the American dream found right inside a grocery store.
Getting a look inside the life of an international student and the challenges he faces.
A force of nature is at work in the heart of Connecticut.
And get to experience rock and roll from India and North Carolina of all places. I'm Andrea Quillis.
And I'm Bill Rodriguez. These stories and more on Sacred Heart's very own monthly news show.
From Sacred Heart University in Fairfield, Connecticut, this is The Pulse.
Meghana Jagarlamudi has a heartwarming story of the American dream, and you can find it at your local grocery store.
In the heart of First State, Delaware, there's a family gas station that stands more than a pit stop for fuel. It's a tale of resilience, hard work, and pursuit of the American dream.
What's up, buddy? Good, how you doing, buddy?
So it all started in 2003 when my family migrated from Pakistan to America. My grandparents had sponsored us to come over, and once we came over, it was all my parents' hard work. They did a lot of hard work to get us where we're at today in hopes for a better life. So in the beginning, just like any business, we had financial troubles and language barriers. But slowly, with the help of our customers, you learn along the way and the support of your family. But thankfully, we're doing much better now.
Beyond business, it has become a hub for community connections. Local residents, customers, and employers share their thoughts on
working in the store has given me a lot of experience because here we work as a team and also as a family. Our boss, Zamsa, is not like a boss, but is also teaching us like a family. So that's the most experienced thing that we are having here, and we enjoy that.
Every day we come in here, bring my kids in. So it's a great store. We come in, we have, everybody's so friendly. We always have a great time, everybody full of smiles. Get what I need, everything's fresh. Love the store, everybody come here.
It's good, Mahid is good, I love Paulie. Hamza's good, and Farouk had a good store here. It's been the staple in Bear for years. Everybody knows that as Farouk's, you know what I mean? So it's a good store.
So what inspires me the most is looking back and remembering my dad, and to be specific, looking at his eyes. He used to work a lot. He used to work 7 days a week, 365 days a year. His shift was from 6 p.m. to 10 a.m. in the morning. And once he got done with that 16-hour shift, my brother, who was handicapped, used to have doctor appointments several days a week at DuPont Hospital. And he used to take my mom to the hospital, get back by 1, 2, 3 p.m., sleep for a couple hours, 2-3 hours, and then go right back to work. Each and every day that he used to go to work, his eyes used to be bloody red, dark red. And now every time I'm going through a situation where I have to work a lot, I always think back and his eyes come into my mind, And then no amount of work that I'm doing seems hard enough. It always seems that I have an easy life. I'm not doing what he had to go through. So that's what keeps me going, and that's what inspires me.
It's a story of a positive narrative, highlighting the contribution of immigrants to their communities and nations, fulfilling the American dream. For The Pulse, Meghana Jagarlamudi from Delaware.
Many international students face challenges, from language barriers to housing struggles to coping with their first snowstorm. Our own Jashandeep Gill highlights an international student and the difficulties he faced in studying in a new country.
Good morning everyone, myself Jashandeep Singh with a cold day and a cold start. Today I am going to tell you about the story of Mr. Paras, who recently came to USA under F1 category visa in University of New Haven. Here we are going to highlight some of the consequences and problems faced by Mr. Paras during his stay and during his whole journey.
Myself Paras Chaudhary, and I belong to district Hoshiarpur of Punjab, and I am here doing my masters at the University of New Haven. I am here for the last 1 month. My experience is quite good, but I face some issues while settling in. The first one is linguistic barrier. It is very hard for me to understand the accent of natives, but I think I will tackle this problem over a time. The second one is the weather conditions, which is very different from my hometown, but especially cold. But I think I am still getting used to it. Last but not least, the main problem is accommodation. When I first got here, I face it is very hard to find a permanent accommodation since the university doesn't provide any housing facility for the international student. So I think these are main problems that I face in my first month.
We have listened the problem faced by international students. Let us talk about some solution. So Mr. Paras, please can you guide us some solution that the international students face during their journey and during their stay in USA?
Well, I think the first two problems can tackle by everyone over a time. But for the last one, I suggest university to consider housing residency for international student upon arrival to ease the transition. Improving communication with the local housing resources and create online platform for housing option could be beneficial. Additionally, I suggest a sporty community for in residential hall for international students could enhance their overall experience.
So at the end, we have seen the struggle story of Mr. Paras, who recently came to USA on F1 category visa. So I would like to inform the all international students that it is not just an easy path to get to USA for their higher studies. There are many consequences they have to face during their arrival in USA and during their stay in USA. Moreover, cities are not providing any such facilities to the new upcoming students that can help the student for their growth and for their settlement in USA during their stay in USA and during their graduations. Thank you, everyone. For the Pulse, Jashandeep Singh Gill, New Haven, Connecticut.
It's a new lease on life for a family in Bridgeport, as their accommodation woes are about to become a thing of the past. The Agrians are excited about their imminent change in status. Here is Femi Olanipekum with the story.
Zinatu Agrian is a single mother of 4. She and her kids have endured difficult living conditions in her present house.
We're living in a house where we're on the 5th floor and the elevator keeps breaking constantly. And it will take them about a month or 2 to come and fix this problem. What if something happens? What if there's a fire and we need to get out as soon as possible? I have little kids, I cannot carry all of them. So that is a concern for me as well. And on top of that, there are other problems such as people stealing your meal. This is just endless.
The effect of the current situation on the kids is telling.
Roaches and stuff getting on all of my stuff and stuff. And it's kind of annoying.
Look. Sometimes we're eating the cockroach and ruin my appetite.
They ruin your appetite? I'm scared about coming home and seeing dead cockroaches in the house because I'm constantly putting in some, cockroaches killer. So every time we go out and come back, we have to sweep the house because there are many of them dead already. And this is a nightmare for my children.
But the family's misery is about to end. Habitat for Humanity of Coastal Fairfield County, a non-profit organization that helps low-income families build affordable homes, is currently helping Zinatu and her family to become homeowners. Among other conditions, Zinatu completed hundreds of volunteer hours working at different habitat construction sites.
We painted. After that, we did a little bit of outdoor working where we installed the fences on the house, and we went to the backyard as well. We work on the landscaping.
The volunteer hours help to prepare future homeowners for the new reality of owning and maintaining a house.
Completing partnership equity hours, which essentially means that we're allowing our families to integrate themselves into the community well before they move. So they assist with building their homes.
And the families had skin in the game because they had to do a certain number of hours, which also included, and still does, training on budgeting, things like that. Because if you've never owned a home yourself, you don't realize what's entailed sometimes.
For Zinatu, this is a life-changing opportunity.
It has given me the assurance that my kids can have the opportunity to go to college because I'm able to save money for them. It gave me the assurance that my kids can live a better life, right? This is all about my kids. Absolutely, this is a perfect, picture of an American dream for me and my family.
For the Pulse, Femi Olanikpekun, Bridgeport, Connecticut.
After the break, I'll share a life-changing story that results in redefining the word determination.
And I had the chance to uncover a lighthouse keeper. At just the age of 12, she began her wonderful tale of the sea long ago. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to The Pulse. The family was devastated after their father lost the use of his legs during a tragic accident, but he refuses to give up hope and remains determined to one day walk again. I had the chance to hear their story.
Here, in an ordinary home in Brookfield, Connecticut, the Mascolo family sits down for dinner. To most, they seem like any other suburban family, but just last year, a tragedy struck the family.
I remember it clear as day. It was about 5:30 on a Thursday, and I was just getting home from work, and the doctor had called me on my mom's phone and said, get down to Stanford. Your dad's on life support. He's not going to make it through the night.
In September of 2022, Michael Theodore Mascolo was rushed to the hospital for a heart attack. However, doctors discovered a number of aneurysms in his bloodstream and were forced to operate. Unfortunately, things did not go according to plan.
What happened during your accident?
They found a total of 4 aneurysms, or 5 aneurysms, 2 in my stomach and 2 in my iliacs and 1 behind my esophagus. The one behind the esophagus is still there, but the surgery was supposed to be 3 to 4 hours, and I was supposed to be back to work in 3 to 4 months. And during the operation, something went south, and be that as it may, I ended up in a wheelchair, being crippled.
My dad is probably my biggest role model. He's the person who taught me and my brother how to work with our hands when we were younger. You go from thinking, at the time I was 24, like, all right, I have most of it, what I think, figured out. I know a lot, and I'm strong enough to figure it out. And then you realize when you get a call that you need to get here now, he's probably not going to make it through the night, you do tend to realize how much you miss and how much you still need to learn from that individual.
Since becoming wheelchair-bound, Michael's road to recovery has been a difficult one, but he refuses to give up hope.
Physical therapy's rough. It's a little painful when you're going through it. And it's just, I have to learn how to walk again. One thing I learned from this, there's a lot of people a lot worse off than I am. Although my situation, to some, might have been, or might have put people in a state of mind where, almost like life is over. Life is not over.
Last October, Michael was able to take his first steps out of his wheelchair, and he says the future is looking bright.
I have my plans. Everybody has plans, but God has his plans. And I don't know what those plans are. But I am here to move forward, and I will find out what they are, and I will go with the flow.
For the Pulse, Bill Rodriguez, Brookfield, Connecticut.
While walking along the shoreline at St. Mary's by the Sea in the Black Rock neighborhood of Bridgeport, take a look north and you will find a shining light. I had the chance to uncover the story of a 12-year-old lighthouse keeper. The Long Island Sound is known for its centuries-old lighthouses that dot the coast, and Bridgeport has a unique lighthouse, and the only one whose keeper was a woman more than 200 years ago. Dating back to 1808, Fairweather Island has been in operation for around 125 years. The story of Kathleen Moore, the fourth lighthouse keeper, at just the age of 12, began her wonderful tale of the sea long ago.
I was just 12 when I first began assisting my father. A few years after that, his health began to fail, and from then on, I was practically the keeper.
In the 1800s, it was said what a woman does and will do is written for her. Kate Moore redefined herself from the illustrated woman. Not only did she keep the lighthouse burning during rigorous circumstances, but she also saved 21 mariners from shipwreck during her 52 years as keeper of the lighthouse.
Sometimes there were more than 200 sailing vessels in here at night, and some nights there were 3 or 4 wrecks. So you may judge how essential it was that they should see our light.
Although not recognized for her heroics till later in life, the U.S. government officially appointed her head keeper of the Fairweather Lighthouse in 1871 after performing 47 years. Kate retired in 1878 at the age of 84. Kate Moore was a trailblazer for women. Her fiery commitment eventually earned Moore a place in the history of Bridgeport's Black Rock neighborhood, securing her legacy at Fairweather Lighthouse. For the Pulse, Andrew Quillis, Bridgeport, Connecticut.
We've been taking a look at several different stories from India, and here are 2 more. From a lighthouse on Long Island Sound to the city lights of Little India, Kishore Kumar is going to take us on a trip to India Square in New Jersey. Taste the food delicacies and experience the traditions and the culture of India that will make you want to take the same trip.
Hi, today we are in Indian Square at New Jersey. Today we are gonna see about food delicacies and the culture of India that you can never miss.
Little India booms in Jersey City. A look at Journal Square's vibrant India Square. India Square, nestled within the bustling streets of Jersey City's Journal Square, lies a vibrant pocket of South Asian culture known as India Square, often referred as Little India. This dynamic neighborhood thrives with Indian grocery stores, restaurants, and bustling jewelry vendors.
My name is Ruchita. I'm a student. I recently visited the Jersey City. I came to Indian Square, and in Indian Street there are many Indian restaurants. In Indian Street there are many Indian grocery stores also, and we can buy the Indian grocery from that stores. And we have many jewelry stores. We can buy, and we have ice cream parlors, and we can enjoy and we can explore many things in the Indian Street.
India Square's history is deeply intertwined with Jersey City's diverse tapestry. In 1980s, Indian immigrants began settling in the area, drawn by affordable housing and job opportunities. Over the time, their entrepreneurial spirit transformed the neighborhood into a commercial hub catering to the growing South Asian community.
My name is Shahul Bashir, and we have a restaurant in Jersey City. If you go anywhere in Jersey City, you won't find this food actually, and everything proper traditional food actually. And in our area, if you see one of a proper tradition means like if you try the tea itself, you know exactly how you can feel the food actually. You can't find this in any other restaurants. Not even if you go anywhere in Jersey City, you won't find this food actually.
India Square's heart lies in its cultural richness. Hindu temples like the majestic Sri Durga Mandir, the ornate Siradi Sai Baba temple, draws devotees from across the region. During festivals like Diwali and Navaratri, the streets come alive with colorful decorations, traditional musics, and joyous celebrations. India Square serves a vibrant example of Jersey City's diverse and welcoming spirit. It is a place where the aroma of spices fills in air with bustling commerce, and traditions are celebrated with gusto. As the neighborhood continues to evolve, one thing remains clear: India Square is a vital part of Jersey City's identity.
The Indian Square not only preserves the heritage of Indian community, but it also contributes on broader tapestry of cultural richness within the state. I'm Kishore Kumar reporting from New Jersey.
From the comfort of his apartment, an international student decided to start his own cloud kitchen so that he can recreate the spicy dishes from his homeland. Our own international student, Sara Aditya, has the story.
Sai, who is an international student who has been trying to taste all varieties of food, he didn't get the essence of Indian spice in restaurant-style food. So after a long wait, he got an idea why not he start a cloud kitchen from comfort of his house to remind Indians to have homely and healthy style food.
Actually, I'm passionate about my cooking and I love cooking the most. I have been into every Indian restaurant here. I tried a lot varieties of food from the past 4 years, but I couldn't find the aroma and flavor of Indian flavors here in any of the parts. And I couldn't feel the presence of people serving Indian food here. In the name of every item, they serve something different here, and I didn't find the exact piece and flavors of Indian spices. So I thought I could make something better and more better than they make here. So this is what made me to start my own cooking in my home, and it's in the name of Sai's Kitchen. And I have started it recently and I have been into it very thoroughly. I got a very good response here and I have a lot of contacts where people liking my food and they're sharing their experiences, and I collect every feedback from my customers. So it was very pleasant and I'm improving my food based on the feedback, and I didn't find any people complaining that my food is bad except the spice level. So I didn't know, it may be differentiated by people, but the flavors of the food were excellent, really excellent.
Food. He enjoys the journey of the entire cooking. He takes small and large group of orders, which varies in weekdays and weekend menus.
And also, menu varies from day to day, like chicken curry, chicken fry, chicken liver, chicken 65, boti curry, mutton curry, boti fry, mutton blood, fish curry, fish fry, prawns fry.
I personally miss my home food, where I miss my mother cooking and my mother flavors. So in the same way, I started here, reach out to the every Indian students or Indian immigrants here to have the same food, who miss their mother love and mother food. So in the same way, I got this idea to start my own startup, and one day I will definitely start my own restaurant here, which is very flavorful and delightful with a delicious menu all the day. And here I keep posting every single menus with different items. So that made me run my way of a business very peacefully now.
Menu through WhatsApp groups. Also run his group named Sai's Kitchen, where majority of his customers are regular customers, and few come through references, and rest are new customers.
He also runs his kitchen very smoothly in terms of maintaining the hygiene and quality of food and delivering the food in time.
For Pulse, this is Aditya Khadke signing off from Jersey City.
After the break, we'll travel with our reporter Manisha Lingareddy to North Carolina to experience the rock and roll of India.
And come along for a walk in the park with Nikhil Miranda in the heart of Connecticut. We'll be right back.
The pursuit of truth and knowledge, recognition of dignity and worth of every human being,
promotion of the common good of society.
We're always evolving. Your passions should always change, right? Not to say that you should throw away your old passion.
they root you, they make you who you are. If I ever want to progress in life, I know that I have to learn new things, be understanding of different cultures, different backgrounds, different interests.
The lessons I learn at Sacred Heart can help me make a meaningful impact that it will lead me to do work that is good for every single person in the world.
I'm drawn to writing socially impactful pieces because theater, it speaks to broad audiences. They can learn from the piece, or they might sit there and say, I've been through that. Even if it's just one person, I feel like then it was a successful piece.
You are not only going to learn from other students, but you're going to learn about yourself.
I was always asking why, and I saw that with molecular and cellular biology, you go to the smallest detail of that why. In my future path, I hope to answer more of those whys.
You may not know what this means, but it's the name of a band from India, and you wouldn't believe they're in North Carolina. Manisha Lingareddy travels to experience the rock and roll of India. Here's Manisha with the story.
Get ready to groove with the Capriccio Band, the Hyderabad band making waves in the USA with their summer concert hosted by superstars. As the crowd shivers in the chilly breeze, they eagerly line up, excited to dive into the awesome world of Capriccio's music. But what makes Capriccio Band so special? Let's find out about the band that's blending different types of music together.
Guys, thank you so much to each and every one of you for coming down here tonight. So as you all know, మేము పక్కా ఒక తెలుగు బ్యాండ్ అండి, and we started off as Telugu.
While everyone else was busy with the same old songs, Capriccio Band stood out. They started back in 2016, mixing the tunes of famous music legends like Ilayaraja and Rahman. Their unique style caught on, drawing people in with its cool music of sounds. As the concert kicks off, everyone started moving to Capriccio's tune. It is like a whole crowd is dancing together. And for the folks from Telugu background living in the USA, it's a chance to feel little bit of home away from home. And that's a wrap on other awesome Capriccio concert. For the place, Manisha, North Carolina.
Now we travel back to the heart of Connecticut, where a force of nature is at work. Join Nikhil Miranda as he takes us along the beautiful grounds of Fairfield's Audubon Society.
In the heart of Connecticut, a force of nature is at work. The Connecticut Audubon Society is a powerhouse dedicated to the tireless conservation of birds and their habitat. The Audubon Society operates with a shared passion for environmental stewardship, and as dedicated individuals within the organization, they actively contribute to the conservation efforts in the state. Within the framework of the Audubon Network, the Connecticut Audubon Society maintains a special focus on bird conservation, emphasizing a practical approach to understanding and safeguarding avian habitat. Through bird monitoring programs, the organization contributes valuable data for the study of bird populations and their habitats. Scattered across the state, the Connecticut Audubon Society manages a bunch of wildlife sanctuaries and nature centers. They serve as not only havens for birds but also as educational hubs for the community. Through interpretive programs, guided tours, and interactive exhibits, the Audubon Society aims to empower visitors with a deeper understanding of the unique behaviors, habitats, and ecological roles played by the wildlife within these sanctuaries. These sanctuaries provide opportunities for people of all ages to connect with nature firsthand, fostering a deeper understanding of the delicate balance within ecosystems. As the Connecticut Audubon Society continues to tirelessly champion conservation efforts, it leaves an indelible mark on the landscape, inspiring a community-wide commitment to preserving the natural wonders that grace the Constitution State. If you ever fancy a quiet stroll and want to know more about bird habitats, consider taking a walk among the birds within the Connecticut Audubon Society. This is Nikhil Miranda reporting for The Pulse from Fairfield, Connecticut.
Next up, we bring you a delicious story. Samantha Salborn is with a mini gourmet donut shop. Let's take a bite.
Donuts. Not these donuts, but these donuts. In Stamford, Connecticut lives a gourmet mini donut shop whose motto is "Donuts taste best when they're made fresh." But now, how did So Fresh Donut come to be? Let's find out.
Many moons ago, we started thinking about a different business idea to get into. And we talked to a couple different franchises, but one had a lot larger requirements than we wanted. So we decided on making a smaller donut that's more portion control, that you can kind of
try different other flavors. So instead of having 6 big donuts, you can have flavors of 6 little and not feel so guilty, you know.
Yep.
You know, everything is proportioned, and we don't like to over glaze and over sprinkle. It's just too much on the donut. If you have too much on the top, you can't taste the actual product.
Yep. So we both come from a corporate background, and when you bring donuts to a party or to the corporation, a lot of people cut the donut in half. The other half is left as a pariah. Nobody wants to touch it. It's got a thumbprint in it, you know. So these little donuts, a lot of people can try several different flavors without having to cut a donut in half. It's actually kind of clean and fun. Yep. So we got a lot of good feedback from there. So we decided to do that. We searched around for equipment. We bought some equipment, and we started practicing at our home. And we're making donuts for our friends and family and other organizations here we were donating to. Then we felt it was time to make the next step to open a store. But we were just unsure of which direction to go to. So we spoke with the arena, went through some negotiations with them, and we were able to set up shop there. We remained there for a couple of years, and it was a great relationship. I can't tell you, like, the lines that we had, and like the people and the happiness, the pictures that we discussed before, you know, the little kids and families and saving donuts for mom when they get home and stuff. It was just great. So right before COVID, we decided to take the next step. We felt that we were ready to sign a lease here. So we signed the lease in December 2019. We started getting everything ready, and then COVID started, which was kind of sad because it put us behind schedule about 33 months. You know, we had to pay rent, insurance, electricity, everything for 33 months just to keep this place. We had a coming soon sign on the window. We took it down because we didn't know if we were coming or going, you know.
Yeah, we didn't know if we're gonna. We didn't know how long the COVID would be. Would it be profitable, or we gonna, you know, we didn't know what we were gonna do.
Yep.
But we went with the flow, and we just stuck with our guns, and we opened up.
Exactly. We're so happy people get to enjoy it, and it's great when people come into the store and they appreciate how we built our store and really appreciate how we keep it. You know, everybody says they keep it clean. We have a great manager, Lori's brother, Sean, gets excellent reviews and just has a great personality and an eye for detail and an eye for a really good taste, how to make these donuts very well.
Yeah, I love, you know, making everybody happy here. Like, you know, make sure they walk out with a smile. You know what I mean? And I enjoy making them. I enjoy decorating them. I like coming up with new concepts, new donuts and stuff like that. And it's just a fun time, you know. Like, I mean, who has it better than you to make donuts all day?
We only do donuts 2 ways here. It's fresh or fresh. You're not going to get anything different.
With an amazing staff to create these delicious donuts, So Fresh Donut is open Wednesday through Sunday. You haven't had a donut until you've had a So Fresh Donut. In Stamford, The Pulse, I'm Samantha Salborn.
Thank you, Samantha, for ending the show on a sweet note.
Well, that's all we have for you today.
Thank you for watching, and make sure to tune in to our next episode of The Pulse. I'm Andrew Quillis.
And I'm Bill Rodriguez. We'll see you next time on The Pulse.